Latinos, please come to the front, please. The African American community is your final ally. We are your only ally. We proved that back in November when we showed up in droves and voted to keep you here. We cared about you more than you cared about you back in November. And now you are trying to draw a line of division that you can't come back from. Don't bite off more than you can chew. You want us to get out there and protest and risk our lives and our freedom, knowing the plight of African Americans in the United States during protest. But you don't give a goddamn because it's all about you. If you really cared about the African American community, you would say, don't go out there. Don't do it. Your anger is misplaced. It's misdirected. It needs to be directed at the people that truly betrayed you. And that is your own people. Given the opportunity to vote again today, I can assure you that the African American community would still show up in droves to keep you here. Would your own people do that? That's what you need to be asking yourselves. Don't shut off your final ally. And that's the African American community, because given the level of hatred, if we had to go by levels, it's the Latino community who is hated and the African American community that's hated equally in the United States. We're all in this goddamn boat together. If you hear us laughing and kikiing about someone leaving the United States, it's the Latinos that voted for Trump that we think should leave, not every Latino. We don't think that, and we never have said that. Now run along and toodaloo.
That part right there, facts. Black Americans have been showing up every elections, not just for themselves, but for everybody that gets targeted. When Trump was pushing mass deportation, it wasn't MAGA Latinos pushing back. It was the same black voters y'all ignored. And now it's the black community saying you're not safe, and we told you. That's not hate, that's real talk. Because the truth is, MAGA never saw them as equals, just pawns. The token brown faces for laddies and propaganda. And now that Trump turning the machine on them, they are finally realizing they were never part of the club. But here's the thing, the people who won them aren't here to save them now. They are here to say, we tried our best. It's not cruelty, it's accountability.
You guys put yourselves in a separate race from us. Hispanics, Latinos have always made it clear that they are not the blacks. Me no black, me no black, me no black. What about Native Americans? The so-called Native Americans? Y'all actually look a lot alike, to be quite honest. How come you ain't calling on them? Aren't they a minority? Asians are not a minority. Like the math just is not mathing with this one. You know what it is? What it all boils down to? What people never want to admit is that Black American people have always fought, and we have always prevailed. No matter if y'all want to say we on the bottom or what, we got ourselves out of shackles. It was not just because some white man one day woke up and said, oh, I think I want to let my slaves free. I think I want to let go of my free labor. Clearly that was not the case, because look at what followed with Jim Crow. The most lynchings happened in America after so-called slavery was abolished. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, we've always fought and we've always prevailed. You might not want to call us victors or winners, but we've always prevailed. I'll use that word. That's the operative word. And y'all all recognize that. I'm glad that y'all keep calling on us, because y'all know who we are. Deep down inside, y'all know that we put boots to the motherfucking ground. Where them fans at? Whoa, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Y'all know we get shit done. Y'all know we make noise. But what I don't like is that y'all are being so disingenuous and making it seem like we've always had this solidarity and this unity amongst us, when you all in your own communities have anti-blackness that you have yet to address in your own communities. The Afro-Latin community is underrepresented. They face discrimination, racism, colorism. And y'all take those same ideas and ideologies, and when y'all migrate here, y'all bring that with y'all. And y'all try to treat us like the same way y'all treat the black folk in y'all's countries, respectively. But instead of calling on us, why don't you call out the people that's actually doing these things to you? White people have helped us too to fight during the civil rights movement. More so than Latinos and Hispanics. Like, let's just keep it real. Why not call on them? Why not call on white people to be allies with you? This is very, very interesting. And I don't want anybody to get maimed or pap-out with a rubber bullet. I don't like the footage that I've seen of people getting ran over by cars. It's very, very unfortunate. I'm not sitting up here saying that doesn't... I have empathy. But I don't want to be out there getting shot. I don't know. Anyways.
I have a lot of people in the comments talking about, why are you just talking about African Americans? Why are you just asking for our support? Why are you not asking white people? Why are you not asking Asian people? If it's not clear by now, they have never been part of the fight. And that's not to come for you guys, but the majority is not the minority, right? Black and brown are the minority in this country. We have had a lot more issues than any other race in this country. So, you know, by default, you would kind of think like we would stand together, you know, having a history of so much oppression. And, you know, I'm not trying to discredit anybody else, but we have both been through a lot. This is not even a topic of conversation. Once y'all get over the fact that it's not a race thing, because there's only one race, and that is the human race. And if you guys want to continue to put us in separate teams, then we are never going to fix the problem.
And before you make a video trying to demonize black folks for saying they're not doing shit because things were done when it mattered in that voting booth in November, I want you to make a video and I want you to call out Latinos for Trump. And I want you to call out Mexicans for Trump. And I want you to call out Cubans for Trump. And I want you to rally everybody else who voted for their own demise while me and mine was in the booth. Call them out. Don't worry about us. We're well aware that this is affecting us. Which is so funny because the last 6 months he's been doing everything to target black folks, and they can't seem to figure out why we haven't wowed out yet. That's what's real. Y'all quick to want somebody to come out to the front lines for y'all, but when was the last time you saw what was happening that directly affects us and y'all was like, you know what? We in there. Oh, okay.
Good morning, good evening, Africans and black people. How are you doing? Have you heard of the saying, if you make your bed, so you must lie on it? Don't expect someone else to come and lie on the bed you yourself made. It won't be justice, right? Well, this proverb is likened to the situation between Latinas and black Americans. We know very well that the Latinas voted for Trump, right? They voted for Trump, and black Americans knew who Trump was from the very first beginning. You see, Trump showed us, black people, who he was by the time he was Trump 1.0. And now when he was campaigning for Trump 2.0, we believed Trump 1.0 more than the 2.0. But the Latinas, because of the promises Trump was making to them, they believed this is the guy who will help us take away the black Americans. Those black jobs will now become ours. We just need to vote for this guy, you know? You know, they forgot one thing, according to my perspective and my research. The Latinos forgot that they themselves are as marginalized as black people of America. Some people might argue, oh, Trump was against you know, the rainbow community, the LGBTQ plus I don't know what, right? Some might argue Trump promised them, whichever way. We knew Trump was racist from the very first time when he built those walls. Actually, those walls were there to curb the entry of Latinos, the Mexicans, and the people from South America. We know very well that Latinos, a good majority is from Central and South America. But they still voted him in. Now Trump has really showed them who he really is. And now they're eating the fruits of their labor. That's why I'm saying, if you make your bed, so you must lie on it. A number of them have come forward and they're complaining, they're calling black people come and help us. Join us in this fight. Because right now, the Los Angeles fight and the demonstrations are targeting Latinas and the Mexicans, right? And now they want black people to join them. When black people needed them, they didn't show up. Now, without saying much, let's listen to their aggravation, lamentation, and their cries. I shall get back by the video where I shall give you further analysis.
Hi, my name is Leandro. You guys might know me by this video. And I just want to say something to the Latino population who keeps coming to TikTok and saying, no, calling out Americans, and specifically Black Americans, and being like, why aren't you guys standing up for us? We did it in Black Lives Movement. As an Afro-Latino, myself, we have to hold accountability for our actions. 60% of our people voted for that guy, voted for these deportations. Many of your family members voted for this guy, even though they knew you were maybe LGBTQ, maybe you were trans, maybe you had HIV, maybe you depended on scholarships because now he wants to get rid of the board of education, went to public school, right, were undocumented, right? All of these reasons, knowing this guy is literally the representation of white supremacy. The KKK supported this guy. He released the Project 2025 a whole year before the election. And we sat down, we told you what was gonna happen, and you still chose this guy. Okay? Just because he has conservative beliefs, the ones that your grandma and your parents were taught in Latin America, how did that work out for us? How much family trauma do we have for these conservative beliefs in South America and Latin America? A lot, right? A lot. So anytime we speak about liberalism, you know, everybody should have access to healthcare. Everybody, you know, should not be able to be discriminated against based on the color of his skin or his race, even if they have the same qualifications as their white counterpart. Like, is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? I don't think so. But going back to the main topic of Latinos asking Black Americans to stand up for them and help them, and Black Americans are like, you chose that, you know, that is your battle. I approve that message. I approve it. I know I might get flagged for saying this, but it's true. As Latinos, we need to take accountability for our actions. And yes, not all of us voted for that guy, but we need to address the ones that did, call them out, and correct and revalue ourselves. Because just because you do not agree with, I don't know, reproductive rights or the LGBTQ community, which Kamala Harris did, right? Maybe because you don't agree with that, doesn't mean that this other guy does. Right? Doesn't mean that he's a better option for you, because remember, you're still a person of color. And I know a lot of you light-skinned Latinos or white Latinos who, you know, honestly, you're not white American passing. And even if you are and you have an accent, like mine, as soon as you open that mouth, you're done. You're done. So I just want to let you guys know that we need to do something. And there's no one else to blame than us. Hope this helped.
How can you lack so much compassion? What if your mom, your dad, was immediately just taken from you as a white person, as a black person, as anyone? How can you just accept that? This is not, fuck, bro. This is so unreal, and how can people just lack compassion? How? Why can't you just imagine yourself just waking up one day with your family not there anymore? So LA businesses are getting raided by ICE, or some people that are wearing stuff that says ICE on it with their faces all covered up. People are getting ran over. Shots are being literally fired, literally. And this is supposed to be life right now. We're not gonna get treated like humans because they don't see us like humans. They lack compassion. How can you lack compassion? How? I understand that you're trying to get criminals out. Why are you going to workplaces where people are just trying to work? That doesn't make sense.
Where are the black people when we need them with your help? With the whole Latino thing going on with the Darling document.
Latinos for Trump. Remember the day after the election, I said this? If you're Hispanic and Trump goes through with these mass deportations and it's somebody in your family that's deported, I don't want to hear, ayúdame, ayúdame. You won't get a lo siento from me. Goodbye and good riddance. Now, as expected, I'm seeing all these remorse videos from Latinos talking about this is not what we voted for, which is confusing because that's exactly what you voted for. He ran on mass deportations. What did y'all think that meant? Now, obviously, I'm not talking about the ones who did not support Trump and are out in the streets protesting these illegal detentions. I'm not talking about y'all. But for you Latinos for Trump people, cue the music.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
That's a nice family right here.
Hey, one, two.
That's a great family.
Hey, we're going. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Where are you guys from?
Colombia. Colombia?
And you stand with Trump. What do you say to someone that says Trump doesn't like Latinos?
Trump is family. Yes, yes.
De familia.
Yeah,
Trump is not familia.
Yeah, it's protection for USA.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well said. God bless you.
We don't want communism here.
It's been a minute since I've had a fuck around and find out moment. So today, this is for Luis Valdez Cocho, one of the activists that was really going crazy for Latinos for Trump. He's a Cuban immigrant who was going crazy in Florida screaming for Latinos for Trump, and now he has been deported, and he is waiting in a detention center right now. So you get what you get, I guess, don't you? Adios. I just don't understand how you thought it was going to go any other fucking way.
1, 2, 3, come on.
Latinos for Trump, like at least the people who I know and follow on Instagram and know personally, are now radio silent. Radio silent. That now post. You're seeing my posts that they're in our city. You're seeing my posts about, or other people's posts that they're down the street from where you live. This is what you voted for. What do you mean this is, I voted for him to take out the group. No, you didn't. You're really dumb if you really thought that's what you were voting for. He stood in front of banners ever since 2015, like banners that said mass deportation now. Instant, he said. He said it was quick. It was going to be do whatever it took. This is what you voted for. This is what you voted for. And you feel good? You went to church on Sunday and still feeling good about yourself? The evil, the terror. This is not propaganda, honey. This is real life. This is what's happening in real time. People are peacefully protesting and being urged into chaos, pushed into it. This is what our proud servicemen and women are supposed to come and now police our streets from exercising First Amendment rights. The math isn't mathing for me. It's not.
At this point, it's not even about who voted for who. It's not about you voted blue. It's not about you voted red. At this point, it's about racism and privilege. It is about empathy and it is about human decency. It's never been about doing it the right way. It's been about racism. It's been about privilege. All of this going on, we know. We know. Hispanic Latinos, they put Trump in office. You'll never fit in. You're trying to be one of them. You'll never fit in. You're not one of them, and you'll never be one of them. You guys are embarrassing, and it is disgusting, all of the comments that you guys are putting on other people's videos about that this is what you voted for. That's embarrassing. Because no matter what you do, you'll never be one of them. And to finish this off, it's never been about doing it the right way. They are being detained outside of the immigration court hearings. It's never been about doing it the right way. If you don't look like them, if you're not blonde, green, blue eyes, you're still being profiled as an illegal immigrant. And no matter what you do, if you voted for him, you'll never be one of them. And you're embarrassing.
Ay, 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 por Dios. Yo voy a votar por Donald Trump. La economía. Yeah, are you guys getting tired of these videos? Every couple of days I get a new one. Ay, mamá, Ileana García, la morona con iniciativa. This is not what we voted for. The founder of Latinas for Trump in Florida. This is what you voted for. Literally told you. He said it to you that they were going to do mass deportation. Y ahora, estás sorprendida. You're just surprised. Pero ¿cómo es posible, caballero? Pero Dios mío, señor, qué loco. You people have always been useful idiots and you fell for it. How many fucking times did we tell you? We didn't even have to tell you. He told you. He told you he was going to do it. And somehow you thought it was going to go different. Oh, because it was about the bad Latinos. Quite frankly, I'm going to get rid of the bad hombres, the bad people. Because some of them are bad people. No. No, when are you morons going to understand that he sees all of you the same? All of you are the same to them. All of you, all of us are the same to them. Now, mira, tú querías la carne, el huevo, carne, huevo y leche. The milk, the eggs. Es que es tan caro, caballero, Dios mío, por la economía. Now, you're going to sit on that goddamn bed. And you're going to sleep on it. It's going to be a little cold, though, for a while. Que tenga buen día.
Man, it's wild. Some of them really thought being the good immigrants would save them. Like they thought if they didn't speak Spanish too loud, if they waved the flag hard enough, if they smiled through the racism, it would somehow make them acceptable. But not. But that's the thing, white supremacy has no favorites. You could be Cuban, Venezuela, Mexican, whatever. MAGA sees one thing, not white. And the moment you are not useful anymore, you're out. Look at the ones getting deported now. They were leaders, faces of the movement. It's not about what they did right. It's about who they are. These folks didn't just vote against themselves. They voted against their own families, their own communities, thinking they were climbing some political ladder. Turns out the ladder ends in icy detention. Let's continue.
You know what? Speculation, but like I think what happened with a lot of these Latinos for Trump is that their parents probably didn't make them watch like Bajo la Misma Luna or Siete Soles, you know, when they were like pequeñitos. Because that shit, like for real, altered my brain chemistry. And I can't, as an adult, I don't even want to rewatch those movies. Because I can't handle stuff like that. Like it physically distresses me. It distraughts me. It stresses me out.
Latinos for Trump is probably one of the most embarrassing things that you could be. And I know if they find this video, they're going to be in the comment section. Capital letters Trump. American flag emoji. Eagle emoji. Like, it never fails. But they don't like you. They don't like you. You think they do. And I know that something happened in your childhood, right? That, you know, made this entire self-hatred journey begin. Right? Maybe you were embarrassed your parents were speaking Spanish. A little kid on the playground said something to you and it completely changed something within yourself. And okay, but how embarrassing. They're never going to welcome you. No matter how many times you say that you love that person that's sitting in that office, they still think of you in a certain way. And although I find this entire thing disgusting, right, and completely inhumane, there's a part of me, a small part, that hopes a Latino for Trump is taken, detained, put in a jail cell, mistreated. And I know that sounds awful, but it's the fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? Okay.
No, I really don't think that Black Americans deserve apology or deserve a sorry or deserve any kind of sympathy from the Latina. No, doesn't make sense. Black Americans, they themselves warned the Latinos. They warned them against Trump. They warned them that you vote this man, this is what will happen. But later on, they messed around and they found out, right? What is following is that Black Americans in America are as well as marginalized as the Latina America. The fight continuing to happen in Los Angeles right now, we are having a lot of demonstration. It is because the Mexicans are having problems. The Mexicans in America are having problems with the government of America. Now they are fighting one another. It was the ICE, which is a department of deportation. It was now too much deporting the Latinas. They thought they were not going to be deported. But turns out, Trump is a liar. Trump lied to them, right? Trump wants to clean America. He wants to make America great again, which always reminds me, Latinas thought they were part of America, but they are not, because they are not white. Latinas are not white. That's why Trump does not think of them as white Americans. No. Tell me, we have so many white people, illegal immigrants, in millions actually, or hundreds of thousands. Illegal immigrant white people from East Asia, from East Europe, West Europe, living in USA. But Trump does not go after these people. Who Trump goes for are people from third world countries and the Latinas and the black people. Why? Because they are not white. You see, if people were white like Trump, he wouldn't bother you. But Latinas thought they were white. So let's vote for this guy. He'll help us clean America, cleanse America from black skin and black whatever. We don't need no apology. We don't need no sympathy. I think Latinas should bite the bullet they fired. This was their fight. We are not getting into it, not in any way whatsoever. When we needed them, they never showed up. The Black Lives Matter, they never showed up. But now, they want black people to show up. I think it doesn't make sense even to request someone to show up when you yourself are not there for them, right? That is my thought, and I believe Black Americans deserve no apology or sorry from the Latinas. And also, we don't want to listen to their sorries. If you make your bed, so you must lie on it.